5:50 a.m. Good morning. I can't believe it's August 18th. That's crazy. The fact that we're 8 months into the year and halfway through August is mind-blowing. Truly. Truly mind-blowing. Good morning, y'all. How we doing? My pain level today, it's a little bit better. A little bit. Yesterday, I was in pain at work, coming home from work. Yeah. It feels a little bit better today, but I'm just trying to remind myself the only way out is through. Just have to get through this pain. I will feel normal again. Yeah, so that's where we're at. I'm very excited to feel normal again. I'm itching to work out and move my body. Anytime I don't work out or move my body, I just can't. I can't stand it. I love movement. Oh, man. Okay. Nice and warm. Feeling good. Grateful for another day. Can't believe I saw another Solo movie this weekend. A reminder, if you want to do something, just go and do it, even if you're alone. Okay. Someone asked a question on a video, and I feel like I'm just gonna start responding more to comments in videos rather than a comment. Just because sometimes I feel like my tone doesn't get picked up over messaging. I could be overthinking that, but I just want to give you a proper answer, you know? Someone asked, do you believe in ghosts? Kind of love that question. Yes, I believe in spirits and angels, and to put it plainly, yes, I believe in ghosts, but not scary ghosts. Especially most of you know that I lived in an adult family home, my grandma's adult family home, that she ran for 20 years. And obviously for 20 years, elderly have lived there and have passed there. So I feel like you have to have some acceptance with ghosts if you were to choose to live in an adult family home. If that makes sense. I'm sure some people would not want to live there because so many people have passed in that home. But I think for me, I don't look at ghosts as a scary thing. And I think of more of them as spirits and angels. And I choose to look at it in a more beautiful light than in a scary way. And I even thought about this before I moved in, because it is big to like move in to an elderly home where you know people have passed. So, but I don't believe in like scary ghosts. I definitely believe in spirits and angels and being protective and a very thin veil from this world to the next, or whatever that might be. So, yeah, I hope that answers your question. Do you believe in ghosts? What are your thoughts on that? But I feel like, yes, I do, in a very soft, gentle, beautiful way. Yeah. Someone also asked, what kind of jobs have you had? I've had a lot of jobs. Let me start my makeup so I can continue getting ready for work. Where is it? Should I try the darker color? No. Do you guys hear my stomach? I want some breakfast. I feel like I've been eating so early because of the medication. Do you hear my stomach? So like the first job I ever had was babysitting, where it was like under the table. I'm just like babysitting. I started babysitting when I was like in 2nd grade, and like proper babies. Like my parents are always friends, or back then my parents were friends with younger couples. So I was always like 10 years older than all the other kids. So I would be the one to babysit all the kids when everyone went out. Do you guys hear my stomach? Oh my gosh. And there's an eyelash in my eye. Okay, I got the eyelash. And there's a dog barking. Good morning, dog. Can't multitask today. So that's why I'm very, very comfortable with babies and kids. I've just always babysat. I've always held babies. I'm also the oldest on my mom's side of cousins. So all my little cousins I would hold. I just like, I've always loved kids. And that's why I'm very, very comfortable with kids and like at any age. So that's like technically my first job. My first real paid job, like paying taxes. Drum roll. I was a dishwasher. That was my first paid job. I was a dishwasher at the golf course across my neighborhood. There's like a golf course. And I worked in the kitchen and I was a dishwasher. I honestly love telling people that because they never expect that. But that is when I realized how little a dollar goes. Good morning, y'all. It's 6 a.m. I was not expecting to answer these questions today, but here we are. Yeah, dishwasher. I learned how hard you have to work for like little money, and yeah, that job taught me a lot. I really worked hard. Like, I wanted to be good at my job. I remember the chefs would always say that I have such good work ethic. And I loved hearing that. I think that's also why I've continued to always want to have good work ethic. Like, being acknowledged that in that way, I don't know, stuck with me. And I always want to like work hard for people if they're working hard. But yeah, I learned a lot about just like the kitchen and how hard people work in the restaurant industry. Like, truly. Oh, and it was so gross too. Like, doing the dishes and just cleaning the dishwasher itself. Yeah, I learned a lot. I have so much respect for the food industry, but also specifically dishwashers. Like, oh, so much respect. That is not an easy job. It's not a fun job. You're on your feet and you're just, yeah. So that was my first paid job, paying taxes and all that. And then from dishwashing, there was a skate shop in downtown Tacoma, and it was like the coolest little skate shop. It was called Bleach, and they had really cute clothes. I remember a hot girl used to work in there, and I loved going in there with my family, and I just thought it was like the coolest little small shop in Tacoma, in downtown Tacoma. And my senior year of high school, I did Running Start, and that's a program in Washington where you can take community college classes in high school for free, so you're saving money, and also getting college credit. That's how I was able to graduate college a year early from Running Start. So my senior year, I had a lot more time on my hands because I was doing college classes. So I had more flexible hours. And I remember they posted on Instagram that they were hiring. And I remember I took my little resume in with only babysitting and dishwashing experience on there. And I met the manager, and she was so cute. Her name was also Jordan. And we just hit it off, and she hired me. And that's where I got my first step in the fashion world, retail, and I loved working there. Like, the location was cool, downtown Tacoma. I felt like such an adult. I got to dress up for work. I got to spend Saturdays and Sundays there. I loved it. I still thank God for that time period in my life and for that job. And if I didn't get that job, my brother would not have his career now, because when I went to college, I gave my job to my brother, and the owner loved my brother. Like, everybody loves my brother. And he owned a bunch of other companies and brands. So, my brother has actually worked for him for the last over 10 years, since he was 18. No, I think he was older because I was 18. So it's crazy how life works out. Like, if I didn't work there, I wouldn't have my job now, but my brother wouldn't have his entire career lined up. And I love that my brother is in the work he's in, because he loves snowboarding, surfing, golfing, skateboarding, and that is the world he is in. And it just makes me so happy that he's in a job in an industry he loves. So that's all my angels. That's all life. That's all the universe doing its magic. So that was my job senior year of high school. I loved it. Loved working retail and just like at a small shop. So cool. And then from there, I left, gave my job to my brother. It was already 15 minutes. I really need to hurry up. From there, I went off to college, I was living in Seattle and I was like, oh my gosh, I need a job. And none of the freshmen, I feel like, were getting jobs. Either they had scholarship money or their parents had money, where me, I needed a job to pay the bills, to start paying student loans. Like, I needed a job. So my freshman year of college, I was living in Seattle, and I remember I got the job in October, started in September, school, got the job in October, started in November, because I remember it was like my 19th birthday and I was working, and like no one knew it was my birthday, and I was like, oh, it's my birthday and I'm working. But like I loved it at the time. Anyways, I got a job at Nordstrom, which is the department store in downtown Seattle, and that was the flagship store, and I wouldn't have got it without my job at Bleach, the skateboard shop, because I had retail experience. And then also the girl hiring me knew Jordan, my boss. It's crazy, the people, all the crossings of paths throughout life. But that's how I got the job, and I loved it. I've always wanted to work at Nordstrom. So the fact that I was living in Seattle, I could work at the downtown store. I got to dress up every day. I loved it. And yeah, I sold lingerie for 3 years. Yeah, all 3 years in college and during the summertime. I said no to internships because I felt like it's more established if you stay with a company rather than jump around. And I knew I was at a good company. So yeah, I ended up staying for all 3 years selling lingerie. I loved it so much. I loved helping women. I loved being on an all women's team, and like just making women feel good about their undergarments, and like sizing so many women for like proper bras, and just getting that sales experience. But it was hard, like going to school and working 8-hour shifts is not easy. And if you do that, I applaud you. I have so much respect for you. You are absolutely crushing it. I was in your shoes, and it'll all pay off. It's worth the experience. And I'm just so proud of you because I know how hard it is. Like, I never got sleep. I would come home from an 8-hour shift and all my roommates would be already drinking, partying, having fun, and I'm exhausted from work. Like, yeah. I look back at college and like, yes, it was fun, but I also just worked so much in college. And even like all my friends in college, I feel like could attest to that. Like, your girl was working, which is like, it is what it is, you know? You gotta do what you gotta do. Would I've loved to just like party and hang out and have an easy job? For sure, but I'm very grateful for having to work hard too. In not only in a college way, but in like, I have a job and I have to hit sales and I have to show up for work, you know? And then from there, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is 19 minutes. After college, I moved down to California. I was applying for jobs. This might have to be a 2-part series. But that's how I got into fashion merchandising. And it's a longer story, so I'm going to finish it up tomorrow. Because I have so many jobs after that too, because after I moved home, you know, I'll finish tomorrow. But yeah, okay, fun answering questions. Thanks for the questions. I hope you liked it. I don't know. But yeah, I'm so happy you're here. It's gonna be a great day. Happy Tuesday. sending love, sending light, and I will see y'all tomorrow.